all started on a rainy Tuesday. I was on my way to the office no, wait, it wasn't Tuesday. It was Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. So anyway, I ducked into my office to get out of the rain and hold it. It was Monday. Now I remember, because my mom packed me a bologna sandwich, carrot sticks, and 2 packages of ho-hos. I love double ho-ho days. I'm the kid. I solve problems. That's my partner, KC. Anyway, I was in the office catching up with what's happening in the world.
And the race for state representative continues to heat up. All 3 candidates visited the airport today and made campaign promises to waiting
that's enough of
crowds.
that.
Do you mind? I was listening to that. I happen to think it's important to know about the people who are running for public office, even though I can't vote till I'm 18.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You know, I really hate it when people don't pay any attention to what's going on in their own backyards. That's why I listen to Rash Limburger.
Childhood friends or bears with an attitude.
Hey, kid, we have a customer.
The minute she walked through the door, I got hit with a sense of deja vu. Newer type. Because she reminded me of someone. Yeah, Mom. She reminded me of my mom.
Excuse me, young man. Are you the kid? No job too small, no fee too big?
Actually, the newspaper got it wrong. It's supposed to read, no job too
Kid,
big.
keep quiet. Ask her to sit down and tell you her problem.
I know what to do. Why do you always tell me what to do?
Please, sit down. Tell me your problem.
Oh, dear.
I seem to have squashed someone's lunch. I'm afraid the ho-hos are beyond repair. I'm sorry. Now, oh dear, I don't know where to begin.
How about with our fee?
Pay no attention to the kid in the computer?
No, she's right. Will that be enough?
Oh, wow. Man, oh, man, are you kidding? Do you know how much chocolate milk I can...
Yes, sure. That'll do for starters. So, what can we do for you?
Well, it just so happens that I'm a very, very concerned citizen and voter. I'd like you to investigate the candidates for state representative. Or rather, I'd like you to investigate one candidate. Dudley Carpenter? He's the incumbent.
Well, if you know he's incompetent, why do you need to find out more?
Not incompetent, incumbent. It means that he's holding the office now. He's the current state representative, and he's running again.
I knew that. I did. I knew that.
I'm sure you did. So, Mr. Kidd, find out about Mr. Carpenter for me, will you?
I will, ma'am. Oh, ma'am. Is there anything else we can do for you?
Yes. Sit up straight and get your elbows off the desk. Goodbye, dear boy. I look forward to your report.
Hey, we don't have time to fool around, Casey. We better get going. But first, a disguise.
Hey, kid.
I read you, Casey, Roger, and Wilco.
What?
Oh, I forgot to talk into the microphone. Do you read me, Casey? 10-4. Over and out.
See Dudley Carpenter?
Negative. The dog is not on the port. I repeat, the dog is not a... Oh, there he is. I see him.
Water.
The cat's in the hat.
Hold it.
The cat's on the dog.
Okay,
Carpenter home.
Don't just stand there, kid. Follow it.
You obviously don't know anything about Dudley.
Excuse me. Would you mind offering a few opinions on Dudley Carpenter?
A wonderful representative. Experienced.
The only experience he has is getting reelected.
I can't hear them, kid.
Oh, yes, right. Maybe you could give me and my mop a few details.
Well, let me tell you, young man, that in order to get anything accomplished in government, you must know how the system works.
Unless the system is the problem.
Dudley Carpenter has all sorts of exciting plans for our state, and he deserves a chance to put them into action. He hasn't finished his 8-year plan. He deserves another 2-year term.
How long's he been a state representative?
6 years. He's had 3 2-year terms to get something done. Hey, I say if you can't get anything accomplished in that amount of time, then we need something new. New ideas, new spirit. Send Dudley home. Send Carpenter back.
You young upstarts need to understand how
Gee,
politics...
Casey, this might be a little more complicated than I thought. Let's say we head back to the office and figure out our next move. But before we head back, I gotta stop and pick up some snacks.
So there I was, back at the office, finishing off a snowball when someone starts knocking at the door.
Mr. Kidd. Mr. Kidd.
You're Dudley. Dudley Carpenter, our state representative. Ding dong, ho ho.
Maybe later, Mr. Kidd. Just now I want to ask your help with my campaign.
Oh.
Which I'm afraid will be my last.
Oh, gee, are you sick?
No. But this will be my 4th consecutive term. For a state representative, that's the limit.
Oh.
Now, about your fee.
I'm not in this for the money, Mr. Carpenter.
Oh, like that's a surprise?
Pay no attention to the kid in the computer.
All right, I won't. I want you to check out one of my opponents, Janice LaBelle. Concerned citizens must find out all they can about the candidates, right?
Right. And I am one concerned citizen, let me tell you. Yeah, I'll check out this Janice LaBelle just as soon as I finish my snack.
Good. You may want to start down by the reservoir. That's the LaBelle campaign headquarters.
Right. And that's exactly where I was going to start. The reservoir. Yes, the good old reservoir. You seem like a pretty okay guy, Casey. Well, I guess we better get going to that old reservoir place.
It's a reservoir, kid, where we get our water.
Oh, okay. I'll have to stop at home and get my swimming trunks.
I'm telling you, kid, they may not let you go swimming here. Aw, gee. Look, do you have the earphone?
Got it. Righto.
And the microphone?
The microphone? Oh, in the nose plugs, yeah. Okay, I got it. I'm all set.
I hope you're not planning on taking a dip, buddy, because there's no swimming here.
See?
You think you're so smart. Oh, not you. I don't think you're smart. I mean, you are smart. Only nobody thinks so. I mean, everybody thinks you're smart, but... Well, actually, I was just on my way to, the car wash. Yeah, the car wash. And I thought, hey, wow. Like, this will be a great opportunity to get some information on that Janice LaBelle running for state representative.
Well, fella, you've come to the right place. I can give you lots of info on Janice.
Oh, good.
Now, did you know about the water crisis that we face in the next 10 years if something isn't done about it right now?
Gee, no.
And you know who studied the issue for years and has mapped out a solution and knows how to save our water?
Gee, no, who?
Janice LaBelle, that's who.
And do you know who hasn't spoken out about crime prevention, education, or the state budget deficit, or any other issue except water?
Gee, no, who?
Janice LaBelle, that's who.
But water is number one.
That's not the only thing there is.
No, of course it's not the only thing
all
there
you
is.
ever think about.
But it's the most important thing to think
Janice
about.
LaBelle, Janice
Gee,
LaBelle.
I'm getting more and more confused, Casey.
I'm telling you this.
Let's say we go back to the office and break out some
You're going to
snacks.
be out of water in the next 10 years unless something is done.
Back at the office, I was on my second ding-dong when she walked in.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Kid?
No, I'm a grown-up, sweetheart.
No, I mean, are you Mr. Kidd, the famous detective?
Well, I don't know about famous. I mean, yes, I am. I'm the kid. 1K1I 2Ds. What can I do for you, honey?
Well, to begin with, you can stop calling me names.
Oh.
My name is LaBelle. Janice LaBelle. And I'm running for state representative. Mr. Kidd. Mr. Kidd, are you all right?
Just a minute. I need something.
I want you to investigate one of my opponents. Can you do that?
We'll need a deposit.
Pay no attention to the kid in the computer.
I know all about Dudley Carpenter. I want information on the third candidate. Her. That's who I want you to investigate. Emily Clarion.
That shouldn't be too hard.
Ah! You shouldn't have any trouble finding Mrs. Clarion. She's the richest woman in the state. Has a mansion outside the city. Now, about your fee.
Kid, your snack supply is getting low.
Oh, all right. I'm afraid, Miss LaBelle, I'm going to have to ask you for a retainer.
If that's what you want.
You don't need a disguise to talk to Emily
things like this, I think you'll never be a detective, KC.
Hey, Mrs. W. I hear campaigning is now part of your job description.
Now, Andy, that's not it at all. I'd be working to help Mrs. Clarion, even if she weren't my employer.
All I'm saying, Mrs. W., is that it isn't fair. Just because your boss lady is rich, she could afford to run for state representative. But regular people like me can't.
But, Andy, don't you see that being rich is good for a public official? They don't have to spend their time raising money to get reelected. And they won't be influenced by special interests.
Okay, but tell me this. How can she live in a big mansion like this and hang around with other rich types and then have any idea about the rest of us? We're the ones getting represented, you know.
Now what am I going to do, Casey? I don't know who to support or vote for or what.
Come on, kid. Go someplace and think it over.
So, kid, you've been a stranger around here. The usual?
Not the usual, kid. Anything but the usual.
That's right, Stan, the usual. Only this time, make it a double.
2 scoops of black raspberry with marshmallow coming in.
That is so disgusting.
You know, Stan, old buddy, old pal, you don't know how happy I am to see your big, ugly mug. I sure am glad you're not running for state representative. Because if you were, you'd be too busy writing laws to dip that scoop.
Well, actually, kid, I'd be writing bills. They only become laws after they're voted on. Oh, and hey, kid, I don't have to be a representative to write a bill.
Don't put that scoop away, Stan. And give everybody in the house a round of chocolate sprinkles on me.
Do me a favor, Stan. Put your TV on. I'm sending a call out to the kid crew. If you've been watching, you know the big kid needs your help. We're sending your class more information on the candidates. It's up to you to find out the best choice for state representative.
Thanks, KC and crew. I knew I could count on you.
Here's looking at you, kid.
Hello, and welcome to our new educational series, Casey and the Kid. We're proud to bring you this 5-part series designed to improve your students' processing skills and engage your class in higher thinking skills and cooperative learning. A great deal of research has gone into this series regarding educational principles and relevance of content. The project for each program concentrates on one specific content area. For example, the major focus of Campaign Kid is social studies or citizenship. Your students will be involved in the voting procedure. However, also naturally integrated into the unit are opportunities to practice math, language arts, and reading skills. The Teacher's Guide is essential for success with this series, so if you don't already have one, contact your local ITV agency. Now, some specific suggestions for this program. While the core activity is the voting procedure, let me emphasize the need to complete the voter apathy exercise. It should powerfully impress your students with the consequences of not voting. Feel free to change the issues on our ballots if you're not comfortable with them. We encourage you to improvise with Casey and the Kid. Use your educational expertise and artistic flair to make this meaningful and fun.